Rugby League. There's nothing better, and what better way to showcase it than finals day in Auckland Rugby League. Pakuranga versus Northcote for the ARL Championship. Pakuranga has notched 5 wins this season thanks to play like this. Northcote too have had 5 wins. Some have been hard fought, some have been easier. But what we know for sure is that we are primed for a great clash today. Yes, welcome to Mount Smart Stadium. We are playing these games on the #1 ground today, well this year, and we're going to have a double header today for you. Later, we're going to have the Fox Memorial Premiership final between the 2 best teams this season. That's Point Chev against Glenora. But first up, we're going to have the championship final of the best of the bottom 6 teams through the season, and today it's Pakuranga against Northcote Tigers. Yes, Glenn Lama's my name. Wade Brunston here with us again today, and it's finals day is always something special. Wade?
Kia ora, Glenn, and yes, it is a very special day. And how good is it to have finals footy after 2 years? I think it's been. We haven't been able to finish this competition, so it's great to be back here at Mount Smart Stadium.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? I mean, no winners declared the last 2 years because of COVID-19, but we are going to get some champions today as we look at the 2 sides now. And let's have a look first of all at the Pakuranga team. And there's been a lot of players used by the coaches this season, but one player to keep your eye on is Carlos Tarafiti. Also, Sione Tuimawala in number 7 has been a key player for them this season. They've got punch out wide with Manu Tukia and Ofapulu, and a bit of grunt up front too. The coach is Pila Hingano.
Kia ora, just here with Pakuranga Jaguars coach Pila Hinaro. Pila, good win coming from behind against Hibiscus Coast.
Yeah, the boys actually probably nervous on the first half, and then we were able to came back on the second half and then give us a good win. That's why we're here today.
Fantastic. How's preparation been this week?
Exciting, and boys can't wait to. We had a good preparation to today, and then everything we can do to do our best today, to represent our club as well.
Northcote have come into this game as the favourites, and you are the heavy underdogs. How do you think you'll attack them today?
We just make sure we do all the basics, all the 1%, and then complete all our sets. This is our main thing for today, our game plan. Then we go from there.
You're the father of former warrior Ata Hinaro. Have you spoken to Ata this week?
Yes, every day he's been calling us this week, just give us some few tips and congratulates us for making the final as well. Also, he called us on our way back to the stadium, and he just wish us well for the game and the boys as well.
Anything you quickly want to say to Ata, who'll be watching over there in England?
Hey mate, hopefully you're watching. Stay up, and hopefully we've got a good result. Thank you.
That's cool, man. Pila Hingano. And it's just trying to think of what the time is over in the UK at the moment. It must be about midnight, 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's about 12 to 13 hours difference.
Yeah, so I think it's 11 at the moment. So yeah, around midnight. So Ata will be up. So kia ora Ata if you're watching. All right, let's have a look at the Northcote Tigers team, and look who is playing at #1. It's former Kiwis fullback Kevin Locke. That's right, he's been drafted into the team. There's rep experience as well in James Waterson, Jordan Te Aho in the backs, and there's Grunt up front with a lot of experience there. Number 11, Taylor Daniels, has been around a long time, and likewise Trent Shelmcall. He's been a New South Wales Cup player and a Queensland Cup player for several teams, and they've got a pretty decent coach too. The former Warriors junior captain and former Newcastle Knight, David Bunner.
Kia ora, just here with former NRL player and Northcote Tigers head coach, David Bunner. David, your first year as coach, how have you found it?
Yeah, it's been a different kind of challenge, a different dynamic with guys that I've played with last year, and I think it's had its ups and downs, but no, I really enjoyed it.
How's preparation been this week?
It's been really good. Over the last couple of weeks, we've really got a lot of intensity and a lot of focus at training, and hopefully the boys show that today.
You have a bit of a coaching dream team with Dylan Moses from Point Chev and Cody Talker from Mount Albert Lions. they've got a lot of Fox finals experience. How have they helped the team this week?
So that's Dylan Moses from Northcote and Cody Walker from Northcote. They've really helped just calm a few of the boys' nerves. They've been there, done that, and like they've told the boys, it's just another game. As long as we go out there and focus on what we need to do, the result will take care of itself.
Pakuranga bring a bit of the unknown and your heavy favourites. How are you looking to attack them today?
Yeah, it's been interesting this comp, so we're not really sure what they've got, but as long as we stick to our processes, put some pressure on them early and go hard on D, then I think we'll get a good result.
Thanks, David. Go well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, David Barner, former Junior Warriors captain, of course, as well. And a storied junior career here on this ground. And the beautiful thing, Raiders, about this, or maybe beautiful, I don't know if that's the right choice of words, actually. These two teams, of course, haven't met this season. They have been in different sections of the draw, and Auckland Rugby League decided to bring them all together on finals day. So that's, again, another brand new dimension.
Yeah, another good little innovation Auckland Rugby League brought in this year with like sort of conference styles, and teams are ranked into two different conferences, and then they had conference finals. And it's sort of like the NBA where they have a conference final and the two conference final winners meet for the championship. So we've got Pakuranga who on one side of the draw, Northcote on the other, and they've come through to play each other in the final.
Indeed, and Northcote coming into this game after a very good win over Ponsonby and Glenfield last week, 48 points to 4. James Waterson had a very good game, scoring 3 tries. And Watson, of course, he's been a mainstay on the wing this season. He's played every single game, Martin Watson, and he's been kicking goals very well as well. He had a good day last week. So very big win to Northcote in the semi-final last week. And Pakuranga, as we heard in the interview with Pila Hingano, beat Hibiscus Coast by 24 points to 18. So here come the two teams. So the ARL Championship up for grabs in this game. And then after 3 o'clock this afternoon, we hope you can stay with us because we'll have the Fox Memorial Grand Final, and it promises to be a really good game too between Point Chev and Glenora. So as we expect, the pitch is in outstanding order here at Mount Smart number 1. The Warriors not here this week. They'll be back next week though. Joseph Green's got the whistle for this one. Brent Newton and Maxine Godinay are the touch judges.
Yeah, very good ref. Joseph Green out of James Cook High School in Manadua. Slowly come through the ranks, and it's good to see he's got the final today.
Absolutely. Great that they've got the opportunity to play on the number 1 ground. Of course, the last Fox Memorial final in 2019 was held on this ground prior to a Warriors game.
That game went to extra time, didn't it?
Did. It was an absolute beauty. The Fox Memorial, the Auckland Club Rugby League Championship's been going since 1910. The finals started to be played in 1958. Howick winning that game 22-18 and after extra time in 2019. But here we go for the championship, Northcote to kick off. And it's going to be Pakuranga to receive the ball on what is a tremendous day for rugby league. Nice and warm too. And that was Nambula with his first carry for the Jaguars. Northcote keen to make an impression early in this game. Want to slow the ball down, maybe lure an error out of Pakuranga. Had a good look at them earlier on in the season against Marist. Marist won that game quite comfortably. It's a sloppy play. The ball, it's going to be a penalty. So early penalty to Pakuranga.
Yeah, I thought he was lucky to get away with that one. I thought he might have kicked that forward in the ruck. So be interesting to see the replay.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. Yeah, it just looked like an incorrect play the ball, to be honest. So maybe Pakuranga a little fortunate to get away with that one as Fiver. He's played every single game for the Jaguars at hooker. He's a key player for them. Slotting into dummy half as Funua there. And here come the Jaguars again. Fiver waits at dummy half. So he's got options left and right here. Some good players in this Northcote team. They're yet to have the ball in these first couple of minutes, but so they're working hard on defence at the moment. Halaso in there making a tackle. Also the other prop, Robert Topo. And now here they come, shifting it out to the right. Good numbers, and the kick's well weighted, and the bounce wasn't quite there. And it's going back to the 20 for a 7-tackle set.
That's a great start from Pakuranga. First set, go the whole length of the field. Unlucky to finish in the corner there as Pakuranga, as the Jags now put the heat on in defence and give away an easy penalty. And you don't want to do this in the final, Glenn. Give away easy piggyback team penalties to this Northcote team who are very, very experienced.
Yes, indeed. So kicking for the touchline there is you-know-who, Kevin Locke. What a pickup. He's played the last 3 games for the Tigers.
It'd be interesting to see what sort of shape he's in at the moment.
Yeah, it will be. There's Robert Tapau comes forward now, and here comes Trent Shamkle, another very good player. He's had former experience in the Warriors New South Wales Cup team, 2 teams in Australia as well. Here's a little dart from dummy half from Heremaya. So Northcote looking a little urgent here, looking nice and urgent as they come towards the 20 in Pakuranga territory. Cutting back nicely is Daniels. Well looked after by the Jaguars defence though that time. Daniels playing the ball. Not used that time was Halaso. Out it comes here to the winger, and this is Watson, and Watson's in to score. Martin Watson, he's had a great season. He's played all games this season for the Tigers. He scored 78 points this year, and that's his 5th try of the season.
Yeah, what a great start for the Tigers. And it was that man, Kevin Locke, getting his hands on the ball pretty much every set of set. And this is what we call, I think, duo shape. You'll see here, they'll go 2 passes before they go into a block play, and Watson scores in the corner. So 1 pass, 2 pass from the dummy half. And it's just nice hands here to Watson, who scores a very good try in the corner in the first set of 6.
Well, Watson got tries in the last 3 weeks, 2 Wade, so that's 4 weeks in a row he's scored. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player is Watson. He's got good body shape, good height to him, so sort of wingers with that sort of body shape, they're hard to stop close to the line, and you can see why they go to that right-hand side.
And he's also a good goal kicker. He's kicked 31 goals this season. And would you believe he's been the only goal kicker this season, or only kicker that succeeded for the Tigers. So I don't know if anyone else has taken a kick this season, but based on all the scorers that I've seen, I don't think anyone else has.
Might be one of those goal kickers that doesn't like to give the duties over.
Indeed. And this is a bad news one. You can see one of the Pakuranga players is struggling with an injury here. Being helped from the field as Watson lines up this conversion attempt. And he's nailed it. That is absolutely perfect.
And that's why no one else has kicked, Glenn.
Exactly. He's probably saying to them, Wade, well, you guys can kick. Let's go out and have a competition right now, and I'll kick your butt. Here is the great start for the Tigers, though, 6 points to 0.
You see Pakuranga trainer down there, Solomone Fakiti. He's been around a few of the teams. Legend of the game, a Tongan legend is Solomone.
Well, great start for the Tigers. They're heavily favoured. They've got, touched on maybe 5 or 6 players scattered through their team who all have rep experience. They've even got 2 New Zealand Māori residence players from 2020 in their team. Jordan Tiaho, and here's Halaso really storming in. Oh, he's lost the ball. That's a shame. And a chance for Pakuranga to counter straight away.
Oh, it's lucky for Pakuranga. They get the ball back, but Coach David Bana won't be happy with that loose carry.
Oh, so a chance for Pakuranga here. There's Tavita Fiver. Plays the ball. And now here's a charge into the line by Numbula once again. Good post contact meters made by the front rower. 6th game of the season he's playing today in this grand final of the ARL Championship. Northcote sneak up quite fast on defence on that occasion, wrapped up by Taylor Daniels and Trent Shamkle. He's playing it loose forward in this game. Pakuranga looking good in the set of 6. They might have an option out on the right here. It's Nambula trying to barge over. Oh, he's there. That's going to feel pretty sweet for just about the biggest fella on the field.
Oh, just what the doctor ordered for Pakuranga Jaguars is the big man Nambula fights his way over the line. He gets Pakuranga back into this game. And Coach Pele Hinaro will be ecstatic.
What a great set of 6 that was.
That was a great set of 6. And I was watching their shapes, Glenn, and they had really good shape out the back, which drew the outside players from Northcote, and the playmaker went short there to Nambula, and Nambula too big, too strong, and he busted through some really good players, one being Trent Schmunkel, who comes across here to help in the tackle. He just reaches out. Oh, fantastic stuff.
Oh, look at all the Northcote players staring at that, thinking, how did that happen? And Nambala did very well. So 2 tries early in this contest. And there's the fullback, Molasoni Fiver, kicking that conversion to lock the scores up at 6-all.
Yeah, Molasoni Fiver, from what I understand, he's come over from North Harbour Rugby, and he's finishing his season off with the Pakuranga Jaguars, and they really love what he's brought to the team.
Yeah, he's played the last 4 games of the season, and 3 at fullback. He had actually 1 game at 5/8 as well. So he's got some versatility there, got some experience in the halves too.
Yeah, it's a good pickup for the Jags, along with Kevin Locke for Northcote.
There is Locke restarting play. Kevin Locke, 33 years of age now, by the way, folks. 89 NRL games for the Warriors. And some test football for the Kiwis, of course. 8 games for the Kiwis.
There's some great games on this field for the New Zealand Warriors, to Kevin Locke.
Hasn't he? Yeah. Let's see if he's got one in him today. As Pakuranga bring the ball out from their own defensive end here. Fiver again. Rushing up on defence with Shamkul. So some real good leaders in this Northcote Tigers pack. As we see Tuimawala taking the line on. The only Jaguars players played every game this season. There's an attacking kick. Was that player onside? Oh, and it's just fallen. It's gone forward. There's the ruling from the referee. What a great kick that was.
It was. It wasn't really much doing, but it was the kick chase that put the pressure on. I thought that was offside there. Could have been a penalty to Pakuranga.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, though.
Well, it was a tight call, wasn't it?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Locke, that player's in an offside position. Who's got the ball there? That's Tuyone. And maybe a little fortunate there just to concede the scrum feed. Taylor Daniels just taking some time here. But since that try, Pakuranga have looked very good, haven't they? I mean, that was a great attacking kick. We saw them complete that set of 6. And subsequently, Wade, Northcote haven't had the ball.
Yeah, they're actually surprising me, to be honest, Glenn. I thought Northcote would dominate this game, and they've come out and playing without shackles and doing really, really well. So maybe the pep talk from Mata Hinaro will work for them. They're coming out here and really taking this game to Northcote at the moment.
Looks like Taylor Daniels is struggling a little bit there.
It's a big loss if he comes off the field.
Oh, yeah, and he is wandering off the field. Not a good sign when he's taken his boot off already.
Not a good sign at all. There's Physio Roman. Walks him off the field. A couple of ball kids there. One of them's Cody Walker's boy.
And Tane Neho is on the field now for the Tigers. He's had plenty of experience this season. 9 games. 6 off the interchange. So he's been a key player for David Barner and the coaching staff. But let's see what Pakuranga can do here. This is David Mahe with the first carry off the scrum. And Fiver again. Here's the try scorer, Nambala. And they're making the tackle. Hiramaya for Northcote. Weaving the magic is Shamku Otakolo. 5/8, nice line run by Pakuranga. And towards the 10 again, looking solid here. 5 is going to go on the open side. That was Pukarua. And now charging into the defence is Leota. Last play now for Pakuranga. 5 a fast play the ball. Northcote flew out of the line here. Here's a chance. But unfortunately it's David Mahe who is caught in possession. So it's a handover.
Yeah, great defence from Northcote. They were able to repel Pakuranga that time. Didn't panic on their line and came up with good defence at the end there.
Well, this is the first time Northcote have had the ball and they've been thrown back into the in goal, but it's a penalty. Referee Green didn't like it.
Yeah, momentum must have stopped, then he must have called held. It's unfortunate there for Pakuranga. Really putting the heat on at the start of this game.
I don't know if there was too much wrong with that one. Wait on the replay.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Pakuranga a little unlucky. Mind you, Northcote were lucky not to concede that penalty too. So a couple of calls going the Tigers' way. Here's Halaso again. Been a fixture wearing the 8 jersey all season. There's Marcelos Halaso. Here's the Tigers. First time we've seen them had the ball in about 5 or so minutes. Nice little burst upfield from Shamkul there. He's going to be a handful. No doubt about it. As the Tigers come down. And that's Morgan Cook. He's played a century of games for this club. Nice pass. This is Tionyi. Oh, he's scragged and that's gone forward. What a big tackle. From number 7 for Pakuranga. That's Tuimuala.
Well done, Sione Tuimuala. You just saved your team a try.
He scragged him.
This is great covering defence. They're all coming across. It's finals footy. Body on the line. Beautiful work.
I tell you what, the Pakuranga fans in the stands here, and there's a few of them, absolutely love that replay on the big screen. As we see the Jaguars again looking pretty solid here. Sam Fonua comes up towards the 30. Space here, and there's an attacking kick. And now, was that a player tackled without the ball? Surely, yes. There's the case of poor timing there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there, but Pakuranga, I just love it. They're just really throwing the ball around and having a crack. Not playing within themselves, playing what's in front. Really having a dig here. And that's not going to find touch.
Nowhere near finding touch, that penalty. That was a terrible kick. Let's be brutally honest. Jeepers. As Walters takes the ball now for the Tigers. And bursting onto this one, James Waterson. Another Māori resident player from 2020. Last time that team played. Now here's Halaso again. Waiting at dummy half, Heremaya. Northcote too looking pretty exciting with the ball in hand. Good urgency and speed to their play, their attacking play at the moment. Nice pass again coming in from Neho. And taking the tackles to Yonye on the 10-metre line. Running at the defence here, Morgan Cook puts the little kick through, and that's a very good set of 6 from Northcote.
Yeah, Northcote shape. I'm watching their shape from up here, and they got a really good reload going on, and everyone knows their roles, so they're looking really good, but take nothing away from Pakuranga defence. They're really hustling hard and getting back there and saving tries like that. He could have easily watched that ball go through, but he got back there and helped his fullback out.
Well, the good thing from a Northcote perspective for David Barner is that even though they haven't had too many sets in these first 15 minutes, Wade, they've looked good on each of the ones they've had.
They look really good.
Here's Halaso again with the first carry. Here's Kevin Locke wearing number 1. We haven't seen too much of him so far in the game. As Heremaya unleashes this impressive centre, Alvin Tuyoni. He's had some games in the second row as well this season. Heremaya, here's Shamkul. He'll just settle it down, playing it loose forward in this game, but a regular prop in years gone by. And here is a little drive for the line, and that was Jordan Tiaho, and he's held up.
Well, good defence again from Pakuranga. They've got a couple more tackles to hold on. They're doing really well defending the pitches that Northcote's sending them at the moment.
Tiaho plays the ball now. Hiromaya. There's Locke. Out it comes to Neho. Neho again. He's found some space and he's through to score the second try. Dane Neho only just come onto the field for Taylor Daniels, and he's had some lovely touches in the game and now been rewarded with the try.
Yeah, that was great footwork from the big man. Just put the 1-2 shimmy on, I think it was the centre, and found easy space. I was just watching the Pakuranga defence, and they have real good line speed getting to the 10. Fortunately, just a one-on-one miss here. Right there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was Tui Moala.
Yeah, just unfortunately, Tui Moala, he promoted his left shoulder, which opened up a little gate there. And Tane Neho, beautiful right foot step. Throws up a sign.
He's been Mr. Versatile this season. This is his 10th game. He's had 6 off the interchange, 1 start at 5/8, 1 in the second row, and 1 at halfback.
So he's Mr. Fix-It.
He is. And I tell you, he's doing a great job fixing that right flank with Taylor Daniels off injured. So here's a simple conversion attempt here for Martin Watson.
I can see Taylor Daniels. He looks like he might be going to re-enter the field. He's got his boots back on. Physio's just currently working on his knee at the moment. So he sits back down on the ground.
Yeah. I tell you what, Neho, here he is down there, right at the bottom of your shot there. Taylor Daniels, key player, very experienced player, former Point Chef player. I touched on in the introduction, in that 2017 Fox Memorial final between Glenora and Point Chef. Taylor Daniels actually played in that game for Point Chef.
Yeah, I remember when Taylor, he went over from Northcote to Point Chef. It was big news in the local footy scene, and a couple of his good mates, one of them being the coach David Bunner, they weren't happy with him. But he's come back home and leading the team around. He's a Northcote junior and also played with Morgan Cook and also James Taylor. And a guy that took on Paul Gallen in a fight, Herman Ene Purcell. They all played together at Northcote.
Yeah, interesting. So 12 points to 6. All good for the Tigers so far. As we see Topo throw himself into, shares that famous surname with Martin, of course, and now Hallisall. I'm liking the look of this guy. He's not the biggest property. Mobile, isn't he? Next up is Shamkul. No, that's not Shamkul. That's Holloway, who's up towards the halfway now. Houston Holloway, leading try scorer for the Tigers this season with 6. His lock up in the line. Locke plays the ball. And now here comes the try scorer, Neho. Plenty of changes coming on. Number 14 is out there now for the Tigers. That's Xavier Rice. Here's an interesting kick. Nicely taken by the fullback Fiver. And he returns the football. I can see why the Pakuranga club are excited about this fella.
Yes.
Nice touches.
Very, very good on his feet.
That was a good take from him. And now Tukia, as he lost it. That's some vigorous defence there from the Tigers, and they've forced a turnover.
Yes, good energy from the Tigers. They got off their line very fast and good shoulder contact there. Unfortunately for Pakuranga, they just lost the ball in the contact. Northcote back on attack.
Good supporters from both teams here in this game.
Crowd's building nicely. Main game after this.
Yeah.
Should be a firecracker, Glenn.
It should be a ripper. That one starting at just after 3 o'clock between Point Chev and Glenora. Really looking forward to that game. So a great opportunity here for the Tigers, right on the 20. Couple of decoy runners paying dividends here for Watson. It's Cook at dummy half for the Tigers. Nice angled run from Halaso again. He's having good minutes in this first half. Waiting at dummy half is Hedemeier. And here is Rice. He's played plenty of, we've seen plenty of action in the halves this season for the Tigers. Good live wire character to bring off the bench in this final, and there's a penalty.
Yeah, Xavier Rice out of St. Paul's College, so he's come through the system. I understand his father used to be the headmaster at St. Paul's College.
Hiramaya's going to take the tap. Again, they're looking to spread it as Locke. Skipping through the tackle there is Holloway. Holloway just didn't have a runner on his left shoulder. Good run by the back rower, Hiramaya. Oh, there's plenty of blue jumpers there. Hiramaya almost snuck through though. Important here for the Jaguars to keep out the Tigers. There goes Tiaho. Former Akarana's player and Canterbury Bulls player. Locke. Looking a little indecisive. Still not the last tackle. And that's good defence. They created uncertainty in that Tigers outfit that time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pakuranga's knocked it on, so it's back to 0.
Oh, that's hard luck, isn't it?
That's very unlucky.
Rice at dummy half. Here comes Watson. Another set of 6. More defence coming up for Pakuranga. Important they hold them out here. Don't want to go 2 tries ahead as Rice. Little show. There's a nice offload from Tapau. Good hands from Holloway again. He's hard to tackle, close to the line, and that's why he scored 6 tries this season. Got good pace off the mark, and there's the 3rd score of the game for the Tigers.
He's a big man, Holloway, so if you're going to tackle him, you really have to get a shoulder on. And the winger for Pakuranga, he jammed in, but he jammed in on the wrong line, and you missed them all together. And that created a bit of space for Holloway to get a bit of leg speed going, and he just drives straight through the tackles here.
He got through a couple of tackles, didn't he? Holloway, that's his 7th of the season.
So there's the winger jamming in there. Really wants to get on Holloway, not into the space. Give a big man like that a bit of space, too close to the line, he's going to score every time.
Absolutely. So all going good for the Northcote Tigers. Again, we haven't seen the Jaguars have much ball recently, Wade. So we'll see if they can take advantage of their next set of 6. So the Tigers take control of the game now at 16-6. So Martin Watson. He's had one wide out on the right. Now he's gone on over to the left. And, of course, that second one from in front. But he's missed that one.
Yes, Coach Cody Walker won't be happy about that. Cody was a prolific goal scorer, so no doubt he'll be given a bit of tips after this game.
There's the big game coming at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Point Chev against Glenora. We've got rep players stacked through that through those 2 sides. We've got former New South Wales Cup players. We've got a Kiwis international playing in one of those teams today.
Cook Islands international.
Yeah. And some very good players just lurking under the surface there. And of course, Point Chev trying to complete an unbeaten season. Can Glenora spoil the party?
Well, they're missing a couple of key players today, so it's going to be a big ask. But they can do it.
They can indeed. Some other players that they've got playing are going to have to really roll their sleeves up, do a mahi in that game. But before we get there, we've got this game to take care of first. And here is Rice. Fresh legs running at the Pakuranga defence. Hiramaya staying out there. And here comes Elvin Tuyoni again. Look at the look of him. Big rangy centre. And here comes Halaso again. Love the way he throws himself into the line. Fearless. Ooh, referee seen a little fumble there.
Just as you give him a rap, he gets up and drops the ball. I'm just watching Pakuranga's defence, and they're really flying in with their shoulders. I really think they probably need to calm down on trying to do the big hit and just make their tackles and hit and stick, and they'll get back into this game. If they carry on defending like this, it could be a big score by half-time.
Could be. We're having some ball helps, Wade, because we haven't seen the Jaguars have the ball for a little while.
No, we haven't, and wonder how much that's taken out of the petrol tank.
It's a good point you've raised there. Well, there's 15 minutes to play. One thing they can't afford to do is let the Tigers score again in this first half. Fiver, dummy half. Watson in there making a tackle for the Tigers. Alaso as well. And Neho. Jeremiah goes backwards. Great offload there. That was really good play by number 17 for Pakuranga. That's Tarafiti who's out there now. And there's a penalty. And that's all off the back of that great offload from Carlos Tarafiti, the Auckland under-20 rep.
Yeah, big Carlos Tarafiti. Spent a bit of time at Cronulla Sharks earlier this year. Came back on personal reasons and very good personal reasons. So great to see him back in the club scene.
Absolutely. Let's see what impact he can have. See what impact this man can have too. Tupo Lolo, who's out there now. Just one game for him this season. His second appearance comes in the final. No pressure. Tupo. Let's see if Pakuranga can get back into this contest. So far, their execution of this end of the field's been really good. This is only the second time they've been down there. Can they score a second try? Fiver. Some late footwork in the line. Almost over is Tomasi. Fiver. There could be space out on the flank here. This is looking good. And Molasoni Fiver, did he force the ball? Referee is going to award the try. Joseph Green. It's a try to Pakuranga.
Well, I thought that was great defence at first from whoever came across to make that tackle. But Pakuranga have got really good shape clean on their right-hand side, and someone jammed out of the line again, didn't get his target. The supporters club goes up there from the Jags. But the winger jammed in, missed his assignment, and I think it was Fiver scored a beautiful try. As we see a good block shape there, skip ball.
Yeah, it was well done, wasn't it?
It was Holloway who come across. I thought he might have saved that at first. He's jammed in a long way there.
Once that pass hit Fiver, it was really thanks for coming.
Yeah, Nehana Walders, he probably didn't need to jam in like that. He probably could have come up and stayed square and held his line, but he jammed in sideways, opened up that gate. And Fiver took the opportunity. And he goes to kick this goal now.
Well, the kicks are important, and he's been unable to convert that one, but 16-10. Second try of the game. It's 3 tries to 2. Hope you're enjoying this ARL Championship final for 2022. Part of first game of 2 today here on Mount Smart number 1. And these two teams are both giving a good account of themselves.
They are. I'm really enjoying the work of Pakuranga. They're really taking it to Northcote, so hopefully they can carry through the whole 80 minutes in this.
Well, their execution in the attacking end has been really good. And how about this for a return at the football? Tarafiti, what a run!
Go Carlos!
Carlos Tarafiti. Oh, fantastic. Former Warriors SG ball player doing the mahi there. Fantastic. Now they've got the roll on here. This is looking great for the Jaguars. Into the 10 they go. Fast play the ball, has them working away again. Here's a charge at the line coming in from Lavu. And a penalty's been given. Gee, listen to the crowd. There's only a few hundred in here. And it sounds like a few thousand.
Oh, Carlos Tarafiti, take a bow. Born and raised in East Auckland and Pakuranga is Carlos. He puts the team on the front foot with an amazing run from kickoff.
Well, let's see. He's made a huge difference since coming on as Lolo is inspired. Let's see what their shapes out to the left here. Tackling's got to be solid from the Tigers as well. Another penalty, back-to-back penalties.
Will they take the points?
Oh, no, you could keep the momentum going, Wade. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so too, and it looks like they're going to.
You want to crack the Tigers. You want to give it to Carlos again, don't you? Let's see if Pakuranga can execute this. Oh, there's that player onside, offside. It's play on. No, he isn't. That's 3 penalties on the trot now.
There's the blow of the whistle.
Now referee Joseph Green. What's he going to decide here? Is it just a general warning for Morgan Cook? It appears that way.
That might be the team warning. Next one goes to the bin.
So the Jaguars will try again. Leota with the first carry. Fiver. I wonder if we might have a little dart from dummy half at some point. There's Tomasi again, getting those legs pumping. Shamko Otokolo waiting at dummy half. There's Fiver. Just delayed the pass a little bit. Molensini, Fiver. Good tackle coming in from Rice there. He's put the fullback on his backside. Slow play the ball. Look at all those Tigers players with our side there looking for a penalty. Oh, good tackle. That's a cracking tackle coming in from Nehana Walters. Northcote's got their defensive shape up here, haven't they? Well, there's the kick on the last play. Kevin Locke has lost it. It's not going to be a try. Yeah, he's ruled it knock-ons both ways there. But surely Kevin Locke knocked it on first.
100%. Be interesting to see what happened there. Looks like he's giving the ball back to Pakuranga. No, he's giving it to Northcote.
Tigers, interesting call. Maybe he's ruled the initial grab there by Tuimawala went forward there, Wade.
I think it looked like he comes back off Kevin Locke here. But as he goes to put the ball down, he knocks on there. Unfortunately there for Pakuranga, that would have got them right back into this game.
I don't know how the Tigers have hung on here without conceding a third try.
Yeah, I just noticed there, Pakuranga were a little bit slow to reload and get into their shapes. Something they need to work on at half-time.
Well, it's important now that they get their defensive line set here because the Tigers have got some firepower and can strike from long range here, Wade.
They can, and at current... Oh, I was about to say they're losing the ruck, but they force a knock on there.
Well, this game has been fantastic in the last 5 to 10 minutes, and it all started from Tarafiti coming onto the field.
It did. And Carlos Pakuranga Jr. spent last year at Hull Cornets. He's gone back this year. Really good to see him playing in the competition after a short stint with Cronulla Sharks this year.
Absolutely.
He's got a lot to offer.
Oh, yeah, big future in the game. Seventh game this season. He was a Future Warriors member in 2019. He's Auckland Blue under-20s player last year. So he must only be 21.
He was counting Monaco's 20s this year.
Yeah. And a Warriors SG ball player in 2020 as well.
Actually, he's only 19, same age as my son.
There you go. So a young player that the Warriors probably need to keep their eye on.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why he's not in the system anymore. Maybe because they don't have a junior program, but he could definitely play New South Wales Cup next year.
Well, there he is there. He's got the ball there, number 17. The man we're talking about, Carlos Tarafiti, front rower.
Started the game at centre.
Wow. There's a robust run coming in from Samuel Fornua. So the Northcote Tigers hanging on here. Here's Tomasi. Last play now for the Jaguars. What can they cook up here? This is Smith. Good rushing defence from the Tigers. It's still play on though. Still play on here. And the ball is still there, and referee Green, I think, has ruled a tackle was completed there, so it's going to be a handover.
Really like this fullback Fiver. He's very, very dangerous. You can tell he's come from rugby though. Just does little things like rugby players would do on a league field. I think if he gets clicks to this game, he's going to be very, very exciting.
Well, we'll see if he can make the adjustments. But now the Pakuranga defence is going to have to adjust here. As we see Waterson take that carry. The Tigers coming off their own end here impressively. That's Tafiti with the ball now. the last tackle here is Neho. Up towards the halfway. Got the last try. In fact, he got the second try, didn't he? Is Rice. Throws himself into the line now. It's the last play for the Tigers. And that's Kevin Locke trying to get that spiral bomb going. Bounce is going to be critical here. Bounce is almost brilliant there for the Tigers. And here's Fiver again. Put him on the dance floor.
Oh, the footwork of the man.
He's taken a shot there. Let's hope he's okay. Jaguars won't want to lose him. Wade.
He's been one of their best on field so far. Very elusive. He let the ball bounce, but he got it back. And that was beautiful footwork off his right foot a couple of times. That was a great kick from Kevin Locke too. That was a massive spiralling bomb.
How good's this weather been in Auckland the last 3 or 4 days?
You would have known, mate. You've been in Birmingham. And hearing you commentating the squash and the shot put.
Yeah, that was fun. Happy days. You've got to fly back to Birmingham tonight for the high jump.
Must be nice on that Sky Sport private jet.
Here goes to Kia. No comment. Here come the Jaguars again, making good metres up the middle for Noah. He's had a good game in that right centre position. Will Sloppy play the ball though, just as I give him a rap again, Wade.
Yeah, you're cursing all the players today, mate. Oh, unfortunately there for Pakuranga with 4 minutes to go. David Bunner's looking a little bit worried. He told me earlier, nervous, excited. It doesn't look like Taylor Daniels is coming back.
No. It's a blow, isn't he? He's a calm, experienced player, right, Wade?
Very, very good player. He's very tough, very hardened player. With those type of guys you want in the finals. Trent Schmunkel's also sitting down on the sideline, so a couple of experienced players on the bench there.
We'll see if the Tigers can still get the job done. Kick and chase on the first tackle, but Fiver's got gas. And back he goes to cover it off for Pakuranga. Been a very good pickup for them. Now, one thing the Jaguars don't want to do here is make an error. There's Pulu. Has the ball. Slow play the ball that time. Good tackle from Tuyone. Just under 3 to play. Hope you're enjoying the first half here as Taylor Smith. We'll start off the interchange today. We've seen him in earlier games at fullback. And he played one game at halfback as well. Here's Tarafiti once again. He's well looked after that time, Wade. They're all keeping a close eye on him now.
Yeah, if I was Coach David Bunner, I'd be running the message out. Get the numbers in on Carlos. Do not get one-on-ones, and that's a great kick there.
Sure is, as James Waterson goes back for the Tigers. Oh, great return of the football here from Waterson. He's signed for the East Tigers. Queensland Cup 2020, but COVID killed that off, which was a real shame for Waterson. And now we've got the centre, Walters, taking the next carry.
Yeah, I think he had the option to go to South Logan Magpies this year too, with his good mate Cole Walker.
Oh, yeah.
So Cole Walker's over there playing Queensland Cup. Oh. No doubt Cole Walker will be watching this game, so shout out to you, Cole.
Exactly. And now referee Green has gone back here. I think he's ruled a forward pass during that burst out the left. Whoops. There's Jordan Tiahu, didn't like that, did he?
Motion's running high in this grand final. I think Pakuranga will be really frustrating Northcote at the moment.
Well, they're going really well. Got to say, that one game I did with earlier on here when they played Marist, Pakuranga just looked a little out of sorts in that game, but they are playing much better in this game right here.
They're playing very, very good, higher than my expectations of them are. But what I really like about them is they're having a real dig, having a real crack, and not sure who that player is, but he's been down there for a while. So they've actually been defending with 12 that last set.
Yeah, he's like 50 metres up the other end of the field at the moment, that player. There's been some injuries, hasn't there? Both players a bit skinny on the bench now with Daniels, and this is the second Pakuranga player we've seen hobble off with what looks a serious injury.
Can't put any weight on that right leg.
No, he's looks like that player is absolutely done. I think Malakai Tonga was the first player injured for Pakuranga. I don't think we've seen him for a while.
No, I don't think he's come back either.
He's sitting on the sideline, Tonga. So we'll see who that player is, but they're really struggling, aren't they? Nambala is the other prop who's got some time. Looks like it's number 3, Samuel Fonua. Or was it Tukia, the winger? We'll just get that confirmed for you in a moment. There's Pakuranga.
It's Whanua.
It's Fonua, yeah. 30 seconds to go until half-time here, Wade. Oh, that penalty goes against the fiery David Mahe. Play on's the call. Now will Northcote have a chance to load up here? With one last crack at them before half-time. Yes is the answer. And that will be the end of the first half. What a cracking first half we've had in this ARL Championship Grand Final for 2022 between Northcote and Pakuranga. 3 tries to 2 is the score. Tries to Watson, Neho and Holloway for the Tigers. Nambala and Molasoni Fiver for Pakuranga. It's half-time here at 16-10.
Come on, get yourself up. On and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make run the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your days, rip your cover, your selection. This the thing that you've been missing. Oh boy, don't play rugby league. It's so yeah. You are your club, come on.
$16 points to 10 it is. Northcote leading Pakuranga here at half-time in the ARL Championship game for 2022 on a sunlit Saturday afternoon here at Mount Smart Stadium. Really looking forward to the second half, with the Pakuranga Jaguars making a very good account of themselves in the first half. This was the first try, though, scored by Martin Watson, the winger for Northcote. It was early on too, just a simple shift of the ball to the right edge, and Watson went over to score. And then this one, the counter try from Nambala, the front rower, just too big and powerful for the Northcote defence. So we were locked up at 6-all, and then Neho came on for the Tigers off the interchange, and a lovely little late body shift at the line there got him over the line to give the Tigers a 12-6 lead. They extended that to 16-6 through that try, through their leading try scorer of the season, Houston Holloway. That was try number 7. And then Molasoni Fiver hit that ball really well, nice and hard and flat. Good pace and energy to complete the job. And that is where we're at, 16 points to 10. But Pakuranga have had other chances in that late in that first half. Closed the gap further, but the Northcote defence held out. Reminding you, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, we've got the big grand final between the Point Chevalier Pirates and the Glenora Bears for the Fox Memorial Premiership. Two best teams this season doing battle. And it's the third time they've met in the final in the last 4 finals. 2017 was won by Glenora, 26 points to 0. 2018 won 6-0 by Point Chev. Neither team made the final the year after in 2019, and of course in 2020 and 2021 we had no matches in the finals both those years, with both competitions unable to be completed due to COVID-19. So Glenora and Point Chev flex their muscles, and Point Chev at last year's curtailed competition were unbeaten in that as well. I was reading during the week, they've had something like 30 wins in a row across the 2 years, the 3 years they've had since they last won the championship in 2018. So both teams coming out onto the field for the second half. Injuries have been a problem too for both teams. So both teams a little skinny on the bench. A couple of the Pakuranga players hobbling off with serious injury, and likewise Taylor Daniels, the experienced back rower for Northcote. I'm not seen Whanua come back either for Pakuranga. So I hope Pakuranga have got enough depth on their bench. They might be quite skinny now with all these injuries. Here's a good strong return of the football by Sio Tafiti for Northcote to start the second half. Nice urgency, nice energy from these two tackles so far for the Tigers. They're up to the 40 already. Pakuranga is going to have to continue their good intensity on defence all the way through the second half, and that's a little better. They've slowed Robert Tapau down. Here's Rice again, standing nice and close to the ruck. Now, looks like someone has got an injury there. I'll play on is the call. There's the kick. Nicely taken by Fiver.
Yeah, it's great work from Fiver. He's been outstanding this season, or this game, I should say. If they're going to win this game, it's going to be on the back of Fiver and Tarawhiti, I would say.
And we had some players inside the 10 there, so a penalty to Pakuranga. That was just what they needed.
Exactly what they needed. And they finished the half strong to Pakuranga, so hopefully they can start the half strong, get a score in, and maybe get the scores back to 16 all, put Northcote under some real pressure.
Yeah, it'd be amazing if they could do that. Based on what we saw in the first little while, it looked like Northcote might run away with this game, but Pakuranga have done brilliantly to keep in touch as Mahet took the first tackle for Pakuranga. Fiver's still out there. He's been a key distributor for them. Taking the next carry is Tarawhiti. Amazing run from him in the first half. Can he continue the high standards in the second? Now that was played at, so it's play on. Oh, good work here from Morgan Cook. And Cook's got it. Just couldn't link up with that player that was open on that right flank. It was Xavier Rice there. And referee Green is going to award a penalty. Northcote players demanding that player be sin-binned for a professional foul.
He looks up at the ref, does Taylor Smith, and he tells him he locked me in. So it'd be interesting to see here if he locked him in. I think Green's too clever for that.
Speaking of locked in, there's Kevin Locke with the ball. Hasn't done too much in the game so far as Robert Tapau goes up towards the 20. So a chance for Northcote to stretch their lead again. Tiaho, nice line he's run there. And Holloway inside the 10. Ruck speed. It's a bit slow this time for the Tigers. Locke at dummy half. Rice. Here's a nice little shift out to Nehoy. There's that little trademark inside little shimmy that we saw in the first half get a try for him.
Same play.
It was the same play, wasn't it? Rice. Right on his shoulder is Tarawhiti, who's looked impressive off the bench so far for the Tigers. Used as a decoy this time. Locke's got it. Here's a little burst from Tiaho. Last play now for Northcote. Locke at dummy half. Rice, has he got this kick spot on? The chase is a little sluggish and the kick is too deep anyway.
Yeah, execution lacking there from Rice, and it's a 7-tackle set. Pakuranga run back to the 20. Fortunately, he doesn't know where the middle of the field is.
Away comes Pulu. Ooh, a little flop on Pulu there. Coming in a little late there from Tarawhiti. But play on's the call. Fiver at dummy half again. A tackle from Tarawhiti again. And Rice in there too. Nice little burst from Piver. Haven't seen him run from dummy half too much. Oh. That was pretty decent from Lolo. It's more than decent. How good is this run? Oh, he's lost the ball. Well, referees ruled a strip there.
Yeah,
how good
there was a shoulder charge there. It's a great run though.
How about that run from Tupo Lolo? Somehow got away through. It's pretty keen defence from Robert Tapau going back there. Another entertaining run by a big front rower.
Oh, another big man.
Epic.
Another big man, got to put solid contact on. That was solid contact, and I think you're right, Glenn. He stripped the ball out. I thought it was a bit of a shoulder charge.
Well, now here we go again. This is what we had in the first half for Pakuranga. Penalties in the attacking 30, but they weren't able to execute. Now this is Smith. Pakuranga able to go over and really tighten this game up. Ruck speed is good. Here's Lolo, the man again. This time he's well looked after. Taylor Daniels back out there.
He's back out there, is he? That's a good sign for Northcote.
And he's wearing 11. Now let's see what they can cook up here. Molosoni Fiver. Good rush defence coming up from Northcote, from Morgan Cook. Oh, a little short side play. Here's a big chance for Pakuranga.
Oh, he's here.
What a great score. And it's the halfback Tui Moala.
Well, caught them napping down the short side to Pakuranga. And Market didn't chase hard enough. And Sione Tuimuala, he got a one-on-one off the left foot. Too strong. His marker there fails to get his assignment. And Kevin Locke couldn't get a good shot on the big man, and he powers over to bring the game within 2 points.
Oh, great try, good finish. That needed some finishing.
It did, and that was just great work. Morgan Cook, he took the dummy inside, and then he was too slow to realign.
Third try of the season for Toi Moala, and he's had some goal kicking as well, but since this man's come into the club, he's taken over. Molosoni Fiver.
Being very elusive as the fullback. I'd like to see him at the back of shape in a bit of space and see what he can do.
Oh, he'll do plenty if they can get him into that position. Now, important kick here too, Wade.
Very important.
And he's nailed it, so we're locked up. Wow, great final.
Great final. The Jaguars, my former team.
Getting excited, Wade.
Getting excited.
16 all.
When I played, Northcote Tigers used to touch us up. So, good to see. Yeah, got it to 16 all.
So Kevin Locke restarts plays, going shortish as well. Good chase by the Tigers.
Strange kickoff. I don't think the wind's that strong, to be honest, Glenn. So
Didn't get any distance. There actually is no wind at all, Wade. It's been very calm all week, isn't it?
it has. It's been a beautiful week, actually.
Yeah, lovely week of weather as Taylor Smith, hard-working interchange player today, takes the next carry for the Jaguars. There's a try score. Moal, good hands out on that left wing side. There's Tukia. Back he comes in field.
Yep. Holding down too long.
Pakuranga are here to play, and they're doing a very good job of being competitive.
Yeah, I think Coach Pila Hinaro has done an amazing job. He's got the team up for the game today. I was talking to co-coach of Northcote, Cody Walker, earlier today, and he said to me he's very nervous but very excited.
Well, 30 minutes and this game's right in the balance. Next score in this game, Wade, could be the difference. Oh, a little play the ball error, and Northcote get the call.
Very unlucky. He had hands all over his back. Thought it could have been a penalty again here. He's pushed into the wrong direction there from Hasid Faye.
Oh, look at Taylor Daniels. He's not right, is he? He's trying to walk off that injury that he's carrying.
Sure, he'd only go out there if need be. So it might be a reason why he's out there.
carry of the ball there straight off the bat from Walters. Made good 15 metres from that scrum. Here's Fa'e again. Rice. And Daniels up towards the halfway. Good carry by the veteran. I'm liking the set. And he's stuck in now is James Waterson. And a penalty. What a great set from the Northcote Tigers. Remember too, sitting on the sideline waiting to come back on is Trent Shamkul.
He's been off for a while. He was actually sitting in the background on the field before he came off, so just wondering if he's got an injury and if he'll come back into this game.
Northcote would want him back out there if they possibly could as well. Here's Tafiti. It's a big chance here for the Tigers to strike back here. Rice. There's Taylor Daniels on that inside run.
Tavita Fiver.
Yeah, Fa'e is at dummy half at the moment for the Tigers. Inside the 10 he goes. He's caught in possession, but he finds Rice. Here's Tiaho. Lock. Here's a chance from Walters. Good tackle.
And he lost
Terrific
it.
tackle from Tukia.
Oh, Manu Tukia. He just puts the head down, drives the shoulder in, forces the mistake. That's a great read. He comes off his line here. Bang. And he comes up with a big play. He's pumped.
He stopped Nehana Walters in his tracks. Great tackle there from Tukia. Again, he's been a fixture in the Pakuranga team. He's only missed one game all season, and that was the very first round when they played Richmond.
Fiver, a little bit slow back to the scrum. Needs a bit of pickle juice, I think, already.
Bit early for pickle juice, mate. Yeah. Oh, great contact on the two number 4s. Elvin to Yone. And Mahir coming together there. Mahir come out second best. Ambitious play from the Jaguars. Spreading the ball inside their 20. Wolasone Fiver. Good line speed on defence from the Tigers.
A little bit slow to get into their shape as Pakuranga. Need to try and get through the next 6. Is that Carlos Tarafiti?
I think Tarafiti is in trouble there. Well, I won't want to lose Tarafiti. Remember, we haven't seen Tonga have any impact on the game at all. Whanua's gone off with an injury as well. The centre.
Just lanes awkwardly, I
Yeah,
think.
he does, doesn't he? Didn't look...
He's tough, though.
Carlos.
He told me a great story at the multinationals that when he brings the ball back from kickoff, he is absolutely scared. And then just before contact, he thinks, oh, well, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I don't, not much to say. When someone says that stuff to you. There's Tiaho. That little inside play to Xavier Rice. Took the tackle, Jordan Tiaho. Fa'e. And now here's Daniels again. Big chance for the Tigers to reclaim the lead here. Remember, Pakuranga have not been in front in this game. Nice play, Tiaho. Here's a chance for Walters again, but he's looked after by Tukia once more. Tigers looking a little bit dishevelled on this last play, and they're going to keep it alive here. Oh, the line's right there. And Walters has scored. Well, a threatened to unravel there for the Northcote Tigers, but in the end, they kept their heads, and they are back in front.
Yeah, Houston Holloway, he's been massive in this game. It's been a hard man to put down. Pakuranga really need to get numbers on him, and he gets a good offload to Nehana Walters. Nehana Walters spent a bit of time at South Sydney Rabbitohs, and he's come back home to Northcote. Just this guy here, so tough to handle.
Yeah, really good play from Holloway. And Walters is going over to score the try. And it's just a second try of the season, so always cool to score a try in a final.
Yeah, it's good support play. And I suppose if you've been playing with Holloway all year, you'll know. You just need to follow him. He'll get an arm free, put you into some space. Probably been one of Northcote's best players, is Holloway.
Absolutely. He's having a terrific game on that left flank.
Big kick, this one.
Very much so. You want to get that 6 points clear. Martin Watson it is. Goal kicker here for the Tigers so far on the day. He's 2 from 3. And he make it 3 from 4. So 22-16 is the score.
While that kick was going ahead, I seen Kevin Locke getting some strapping on his hammy, and looks like he's trying to run it out. Looking very tight, does Kevin Locke at the moment.
Well, maybe he came into the game with a bit of an injury. Well, plenty for the Pakuranga Jaguars rather to think about. Just so we can remind you again, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, it's the big final. Winchev against Glenora.
It's going to be a cracking game.
Well, that last final in 2018 was a ripper. It was 6-0. It's to Point Chev. The year before, it was Glenora pumping them 26-0. So there's been some good games between those two teams in the last 5 years.
And because of the way the draws worked out this year, they haven't played each other this year either.
That's right. Because of that conference system. So it really does set it up perfectly, really.
It does, but Point Chev is unbeaten. Glenora's lost 1. Not a great day today to lose your first game.
No, not in the final. And here's the Tigers finding space up the middle. Faye just couldn't link up with Rice. Rice gives it to Tiaho. Shape on the left here. Shape on the left as Holloway pokes his nose through. The last tackle for the Tigers. Rice. And there's a charge at the line, and that player's got it down. Referee Green is happy. Trying to see who scored it. There's a bit of a mission. Coach Barn is happy, as is the bench for the Tigers. But even though we don't know who scored it, Wade, it's a try.
Yeah, that was a beautiful set from Northcote. There's Hase Fa'i. Barges his way over. But it started from kickoff. They went down the middle. I was about to say before the last try, Pakuranga needed to hang on another 6 minutes just to get to that 20-minute mark in the middle. They were starting to soften up, and good coaching there. They've spotted it, and they've gone straight through the middle all the way down there to score the try. Yeah,
we just wonder whether Pakuranga just running out of gas a little bit here. It's been a massive effort from them in this game so far, but they're going to have to dig deep here.
Yeah, their middles have been working really, really hard. Unfortunately, they haven't had the ball in the last 5 minutes and haven't had their backs to come in and help them out.
And they also, of course, a bit skinny on the bench too, Wade, which is a real shame due to a couple of injuries in this game.
Yeah, they've lost 2 players, which I think they have. One being an outside back. That means the forward has to go out wide, so weakens your middle. And Northcote have identified that, and they've gone straight through the middle.
So here's Martin Watson again to get the Tigers out to a 12-point lead for the second time in the game. And now it's not hooking back. So 26-16 the score remains here at Mount Smart in the ARL Championship Grand Final for 2022. course, Glenora Play Point Shed will be back here with the Warriors as well in 6 days.
The Warriors got Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, yeah, in their next home game here. Of course, the Warriors play today as well against the Rabbitohs. Hopefully they can keep Latrell Mitchell quiet. I say that using the word hopefully
Good
in
luck.
capital letters.
If I was in the Warriors, I'd be running at Cody Nikarima today.
Here comes Taylor Daniels. Not often you see Big Taylor head south. In fact, that could be a dangerous tackle. I think there was potentially pressure on his head there.
Next 2 tackles straight up the middle.
Daniels is a tough man. Oh. Yeah. Just got into an awkward position there.
It's unfortunate. One was lifting, one was pushing down. It was never going to end well.
No, indeed, it's Waterson. He's had a quiet game, but every time he's touched the ball, he's looked promising.
Yeah, it looks very dangerous. Underrated player is James Waterson.
Yeah, he's a New Zealand residence player, or Murray residence player from 2020. Here's some second phase play here for the Tigers. As Cook almost sneaks through. 15 metres out. They've got a good boil on here. Nice transfer of the ball back to Neho. Well done to the Pakuranga defence. They read it well. Rice. Out it comes to Holloway. Holloway! There he is. He's in to score his second try.
Too easy, and he's been the danger man all day. And they set that play up nicely through their duo shape. Block play through the hands. And the half was coming around the outside of him to make it easy one-on-one, and he's just too big, too strong.
Yes, Houston Holloway is this guy's name. It's second try of the game for him, his 8th of the season. He's got good pace off the mark, hasn't he?
He does.
Pakuranga starting to struggle defending their own line at the moment, Wade.
They are, and they're really struggling through that middle. I think, probably 2 subs down and one back being injured is not helping their cause at the moment. It could be a long 17 minutes.
It could be. Now they just have to hang on, and now and this kick from in front is going to stretch the lead out to 16 for the Tigers.
I think it's the second time Northcote has scored off that shape that they presented. One was Tane Neho scored the first one. And Holloway, similar play, and he converts that. Does Martin Watson with ease as all the kids come through the stands, or down the stairs I should say. Nothing better than playing in between games as you're a kid on Mount Smart Stadium.
Yeah, 100%. So 4 from 6 is Watson's goal kicking percentage in this game. We've got kickoff in the main game in just over an hour. And it's going to be a terrific match. Really looking forward to it. Can Point Chev complete the perfect season, or can Glenora?
Glenora without 2 key players.
Yeah. Coma Sampson not playing today. And White Rangi injured too. So a bit of a shame that we're not seeing them at full strength for the game.
They're not,
but
in saying that,
there's plenty
Easam
of quality
at fullback. I thought he was the form player in the semi-final, was Easam. And also, the old veteran Sorpe Kavaluki who's coming back.
Yeah.
Along with, I think it's Paia Manukia.
So referee Green has ruled a fumble there. So Pakuranga are going to get some ball here in pretty decent field position. See if this energises them.
Yeah. Hopefully they can score here and bring their big crowd into this game.
Taylor Smith waits at the back. Wow, it's an interesting play. They're going to attack the short side. Fiver. Don't want to be thrown into touch now, do you?
Not when you're trying to get back into the game.
Definitely not.
And
Off
there he
Pulu, getting close to that sideline. He's lost it. Now what's referee Green going to rule here? It's going to be a Tigers play.
Yeah, I think touch judge Maxine Godinay there ruled a knock on.
Yeah, I think she got that spot on. Well, that's a big tick to the defence there of Northcote, Wade.
Yeah, I think that's just, they got all the energy. They've done a lot of attacking in the second half, and Pakuranga's had no ball.
Kevin Locke enjoyed that one, didn't he?
Just waiting for the vintage Kevin Locke run now.
Oh, Kevin Locke, he seems to be more of a manager type of player now. We'll see if he can wind back the clock in this game. Now, each time Northcote have had the ball in the last, I want to say 5 to 10 minutes, they've scored. So Pakuranga are going to have to keep their wits about them here.
They scored going through their middle.
It's Halasaw who's back out there now. So too is Taupau, who's got the ball. Fa'e is still out there. Ooh, a little forward pass, surely. Yep, referee's Green's got that one. From Cook to Daniels.
That's great spotting. I was currently just watching the defensive line on the right-hand side of Pakuranga, and it looks like Samuel Whanua is really struggling with a knee injury. And I was watching James Waterson eye him up, so I was just wondering, is the Howard kids come through there and the Newland Stags kids come through? I'm not sure who's more excited, the kids or the parents. I've already had one parent from Otahu reach out to me. My son's playing at half-time.
Brilliant. It's a great experience for them. So 12 minutes to play. Can the Jaguars find a way back here? And there's the try scorer, Nambala, rather. He looks a beast carrying the ball. Nice play from Tuamawala. There's a chance for Fiver out on this left flank side. He's gassing. Lock, brilliant. Oh, yes! What a great try! That's Ofapulu who's gone over to score it.
Oh, it's that man again, Mulasone, Fiver. I've been waiting for Kevin Locke to light it up, and he lights it up straight past Kevin Locke down the sideline. Wow. And Pakuranga are getting back into this game. This is exactly what they needed with 11 minutes to go.
Well, what an electric play here from Mulasone Fiver. The pass just behind Pulu, but he muscled through Te Aho's tackle to score the try. Fantastic effort. Arguably the try of the game so far.
Off of Pulu. I've been waiting to see Mulasone Fiver in space. He looks electric. They got to find a way to get him the ball in space. Look what he can do, Glenn.
Absolutely, that was fantastic.
Got around the former Kiwis fullback with ease.
He did. And now can he ice the try by kicking this conversion? As Graham Hughes used to say back in the day, Wade, it's a try that deserves to be converted.
And he's going to do it. 10 points behind now, it's Pakuranga. 10 minutes to go.
Oh, one more score, we're going to have a grandstand finish.
Crowd seeing themselves on the big screen.
Good numbers from both clubs here. And I'm sure we're going to get good numbers from Point Chev and Glenora. Hopefully the leagueies out west are going to be in here today.
They should be the West versus the City Slickers
exactly,
of
Point Chev.
And my great mate Dion Pascoe, he sponsors the number 3 jersey. They have a old boys crew that follows them everywhere, so no doubt they'll turn up on their Harleys today.
Nambala Pakuranga looked way more threatening when he's on the field. That try he scored in the first half was terrific. And Pakuranga, maybe that line speed on defence was a little bit sluggish that time from Northcote. Maybe they're starting to feel it too. With only 10 minutes to play, there goes Fiver from dummy half. Good tackle coming in from Jordan Tiaho. Cuts him down just on the halfway line. Taylor Smith is going to take the tackle. Maybe look for an offload. He's got it. Pakuranga looking dangerous down this right flank again. Oh. And it's another try. Can you believe it? It's the other wing of this one, Tukia.
Wow. There was absolutely nothing doing. And Taylor Smith, he goes to throw the long ball to the left, but he comes back because the fence jams up. And what a try. Something out of nothing. And like you said, Northcote look like they're tiring. I'm watching their body language as they head back towards the try line, and it's not looking good.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. And it was all set up by this great run here from Samuel Whanua. I thought he had a knee injury. There's Tukia. Well, you can see his right knee is heavily strapped, but Tukia goes over to score the try, which I can tell you has been converted as well by Fiver.
8 minutes to go.
Well, it's really close now. It's 32-28. Back-to-back tries from the wingers have got Pakuranga right back into the contest all of a sudden. They look down and out, Wade.
And that came off the back of a great run from Tavita Fiver, the hooker. His brother's getting all the accolades today, but Tavita's had a strong game in the middle. Made a good run, quick play the ball.
Most definitely.
The body language is not looking good from Northcote at the moment. They got 7 minutes 40.
A few hands on hips there. Survival of the fittest, of course, at this level.
It is. But all momentum's with Pakuranga.
So Watson restarts play. And Tonga back out there now. Malakai Tonga. Big boppers are back out there as Nambala throws himself into the line again. And here's Tavita Fiver. Plenty of energy about Xavier Rice. It's been a real spark off the bench today for the Tigers.
Yes.
He's in there too, making a tackle on the big fella. Nambala again. Well, they're up on the halfback Toi Moala now. There's knock-ons there. Yes, play on. Here goes Molasoni Fiver. Young referee Green got that one spot on.
He did.
Moala looking for that inside runner. Playing did well to keep the ball. Wants to get to his feet quickly. Oh, he's lost it. Wow, big call there.
Yeah, Kevin Locke, he's moved from fullback into the front line. He was really putting his shoulders in there.
Where's the knock on? I love it. Lavu was the player. It was ruled by referee Green as we get our first look today. Oh, big Patrick Sipley up the front there and the Point Chef Pirates.
He's a big human.
As they go out to the other field to have their warm-up, Watson gets shoved backwards. Pakuranga got 5.5 minutes to do something. Waterson hit hard. Oh, he's lost it.
Penalty.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
Will they take the points?
Yeah, well, it's got to be a temptation now. No, they're not taking the points. They're tapping and running. I wonder whether they might take the points just to soak up a bit of time on the clock. Even if they missed it, kick it dead. And, of course, you get a restart on from the 20 and get the ball back again. But anyway, it's all immaterial now. Xavier Rice. Why? Because the Tigers are looking for the match-winning try. 5 minutes to go. Heremaia's back out there now. Here comes Holosoy, who's going close. Big moment in the game here. Locke, Tiaho. Out it comes to Holloway. Remember, he's got 2 tries in the contest. Tackling from Pakuranga is good so far in the set. Needs to continue though. There's Locke trying to create space right out wide. It's through Taylor Daniels' legs, but no knock on. It's play on. And was that tackle up a little high on Elvin Tionme? Referee says play on. There goes the kick. And it's been gathered by Pakuranga. It's a line dropout.
What a great kick under pressure. 5th and final, 4 minutes to go. Get a repeat set. It's Waterson getting through, putting pressure on the catchers.
Well, what do you do here? Do you go short from this line dropout?
I think you got to go short here.
No. Well, Halasoy comes forward now for the Tigers. Three and a half to go.
The last couple of sets, Northcote have gone to their duo shape. Let's see if they go to it again.
Tafiti plays the ball. Hedemeier. Nice run from Kevin Locke. Referee says that tackle was okay. Locke's trying to milk a penalty. He's not going to get one.
Fortunately for Kevin Locke, there's no video ref here, so.
Well,
I think you want to play the ball fast here. You don't want Pakuranga to get their petrol tanks back to full on the try line.
no, this is working out in the favour of Northcote Tigers. There's the touch of the line and hang on, no try. Taylor Daniels thought he was over, but no. It's getting a little heated out there as well. A lot of chatter going out there, Wade.
Motions are running high as they get into it, just over there. Pakuranga, they got 2 minutes 40. Pull something out of the bag here. They're going to get 1 set, maybe 2 if they're lucky.
So 4 passes ruled. That pass there.
Great call. That was forward out of the hands.
Morgan Cook was the player. So the upshot of it is we've got about 2 minutes to play, and Pakuranga got to go 90 metres to score a try. Now, if scores are locked up at full time, we play 1 10-minute period of extra time, and then if it's locked up after that, it's golden point to the death.
Yep, and if any team that's going to be used to golden point at the moment is Glenora Bears, as their reserve grade team a couple of weeks ago went to that golden point, so they had to readjust their warm-up.
Well, here we go. Let's see what they can do here. The Jaguars. Mahe with the first carry. Got 2 minutes. Taylor Smith. Northcote's defence has got to be on it here. As we've seen on 2 occasions, Pakuranga are capable of attacking from deep. Tonga. Trying to get that penalty. It's not coming for the big fella. Tuimawala. Let's see what Fiver can do here. So far, so good for that Northcote defence. Tuimawala changes it up with an attacking kick, but the bounce is good for Northcote, which is perfect for Watson. Watson! Oh my goodness, thrown into touch.
"90 seconds.
Watson ran into a concrete block right there.
There's that guy again, Fiver, Mulasuni Fiver.
It was the contact, though, I think, from David Mahe, which really was a bone rattler. Here's Tonga. 1 minute to go. Full set of 6 inside Northcote's half. Can they get down there? Might waste a tackle here for Tonga. Just got to get some ruck speed here, the Pakuranga Jaguars.
Very flat at the moment. Come on, Pakuranga, get into some shape.
Tui Moala. Kicking. Don't know if that was the right tactic. And here's a return of the football. A great run. And here come the Tigers. They only need to keep the ball now. And Walters, he's not caring about the clock. Lock in at dummy half. Next up, it's Waterson. He's aware of what the situation is as time ticks away. Another player from Pakuranga's down in back play. Rice is just going to take the tackle. And there it is. Northcote Tigers have got it. They hang on. What a finish though.
Oh, what a great game, Glenn. Right down to the wire. That's what finals footy's about. Well done, Pakuranga. You really butchered your A game. And congratulations to Northcote Tigers. They win the champion section for 2022.
Well, there they are, the winners of the ARL Championship, the Northcote Tigers. Gary Freeman's old club. And well coached by David Bunner. They are the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Memorial Championship winners for 2022, their 6th win of the season. Got to give Pakuranga a big rap as well. They did brilliantly through the game and trailing 32-16 with about 15 minutes to play. They did fantastically well to score 2 brilliant tries to their wingers to close that game right up to 32-28. But it wasn't to be as Northcote hung on to claim victory. So let's run through the try scorers for you. Watson, Neho, Holloway got 2. Walters got a try as well. And Fae as well for the Tigers. So 6 tries in all. 4 from 6 for Martin Watson, the goal kicker. And for the Jaguars, Nambala, Molasone Fiver, Tui Moala got a try, and Pulu and Tukia, the wingers, in the second half. We'll be back to wrap up this game right after this. Stay with us.
try. Come on, get yourself up. On and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make one the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your days, rip your cover, your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Oh boy, don't play rugby league. It's all yeah. Go, you are your club. Come on.
All right, we're back at Mount Smart Stadium, and we hope you enjoyed this game. But let's get some after-match reaction now. And Wade has made his way down to the ground, and he's going to have a chat to Pakuranga's captain.
Just here with Pakuranga Jaguars captain Va. Va, you want to talk us through that one?
Ja, kol be ho fanga ngai wa tap ko. Na si no fak menni ke atam mo ke fa gira fa malo. First of all, I want to thank Heavenly Father for bringing us here today, and thanks to Northcote and also to my boys. Unlucky on the result for me today, but yeah, good luck to good on Northcote for coming out of their win.
You guys seem to throw everything at them from the start. Was that the plan today?
Yeah, that was the plan. We knew that they were going to be physical and fit through that middle, so our aim was just to stop the A's and B's, but yeah, good on to them. They got away with the better result today.
What's the plans for the weekend?
You know, everyone should have really never up to you after this. Nah, but I'm probably just going to head up back to the club, just have a few with the locals and just, yeah, enjoy the night with the boys.
Anything you want to say to your supporters?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to all our supporters throughout the whole year. Thanks for supporting us. Hopefully we can do better next year, but yeah, offers and shout out to East Auckland, offers.
Thanks, Va. Have a good night.
Yeah, great words there by the captain for Pakuranga. And let's go back to Wade now. Wade, take it away.
Kia ora, just here with Taylor. Taylor, how was that?
Oh mate, we made it hard for ourselves, eh? Kudos to Pakuranga. You know, they brought a bloody good game today to us. But for just happy to get the win, man. Yeah, good for our club, so we'll enjoy it.
You guys seem to go on burst of points and then let them back into it. How was Coach David Bunner at half time?
Oh, you know, he wasn't too happy. But you know, we were our own worst enemies at points. You know, like you said, we had bursts and you know, we got points, but then we clocked off a little bit. And credit to Pakuranga, they capitalised on it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just happy to get the win, and we're going to celebrate a good end to the year, mate.
Yeah, plans for the night?
Party on, mate. Party on.
Thanks, Taylor. Go well.
Cheers, bro. Thank you. Oh, can I just say something? You know, thank you very much to all our supporters today, our sponsors, all for coming out. You know, there's a lot of black and yellow and white T-shirts out there. So yeah, just thank you so much to our supporters throughout the whole year, and cheers.
Taylor Daniels, and we're not too far away now from the presentation of the trophy to the Northcote Tigers, and acknowledgement to all the officials and other dignitaries that have taken part in this game today. Don't forget, in around 35 minutes, we will be back here at Mount Smart for the Fox Memorial Grand Final for 2022. This was in the Championship Division. We'll be back with the Premiership Division at around 3 o'clock, and that game will feature the Glenora Bears, Pride of the West, up against the Point Chev Pirates, who have been arguably the premier team in Auckland Rugby League the last decade.
You guys all right out there? Are you guys all right out there? I would like to welcome each and everyone to the trophy presentation for the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Memorial Championship. Congratulations to both teams on a great game, and a fantastic season to get to the grand final. And a fantastic season to get to the grand final. We'd like to acknowledge each and everyone out there. We'd like to acknowledge our sponsors, Crown Lift Trucks. Thank you guys for all your support. Before we commence with the presentation, I'd like to invite Auckland Rugby League CEO Rebecca Russell forward to say forward to say a few words. Make some noise for the new CEO, Rebecca Russell.
Thanks so much, Caps. What a game here today, everyone. This is why we love rugby league. I really want to congratulate both teams for getting to the finals. That is a huge achievement. We've seen Pakuranga punching above their weight all season, and Northcote continuing to grow strong through the whole of the season. Really great to see you guys take out the championship today. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much. Sorry.
That's right. Well, thank you very much, Bex. We'd like to acknowledge our match officials today, Joseph Green, Brent Newton, Maxine Godinay, check. Yeah, sorry, it's the microphone. Thank you, Bex. We'd like to acknowledge our match officials today, Joseph Green, Brent Newton, and Maxine Godinay. Yeah. Now we'd like to invite the captain for our runners-up. We'd like to invite the captain for our runners-up to say, Pakuranga Jaguars, to say a few words.
On behalf of Pakuranga Jaguars, I just want to shout out to everyone, Northcote, Pakuranga supporters, for coming out today. Support your local teams. I also want to congratulate Northcote on their win. Congratulate Northcote on the win, but yo, cheers boys, yo! Cheers!
And I would like to have a few words from the winning captain from Northcote Tigers. We'd like a few words from the captain from Northcote Tigers. Adamai.
Firstly, just thank you to Pakuranga for bringing it to us today. You know, that's what finals footy's all about, right to the end. And you guys didn't bring anything less than that, boys. So thanks for the game today. Congratulations on your year. Have a good party tonight. To our boys, got the job done, boys. Got there in the end. We'll enjoy it, brothers. And just to all our supporters, you know, you guys are all up there in force. Also to the Pakuranga support, we can hear you guys just as much. So, but especially to our supporters, our sponsors and our families, thank you so much for all your support through the year. We wouldn't have got through it without you. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks to all the supporters here today, Whānau. You're amazing. The good news is there is heaps more rugby league today. Stick around for the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership final kicking off at 3:10. Please put your hands together for your champions 2022, the Northcote Tigers!
Well, there we are, folks, the Northcote Tigers, the winners of the Fox Memorial Championship. Oh, that's a nice moment. So trophy goes to the Northcote Tigers. But who's going to win the big prize? Later this afternoon, we have the Fox Memorial Premiership game coming up in around half an hour. We hope you can join us then for that game between Glenora and Point Chev.